It's been a crazy, crazy weekend. Like a seriously crazy weekend. How's everyone doing? How are you guys doing? So let me just, got hair all up in my, let me just pin this. And back to YouTube I go. So yeah, it's been a crazy ass weekend. Crazy, crazy, crazy. So one of the new things that I just wanted to share, if you're on Facebook right now, I don't have the Facebook window open. Please click on the link that's in the description and the pinned comment, and that will take you to my YouTube live stream. So first off, I have something amazing to share. If you look at your screen on YouTube, you'll see a little $sign. You know what that means? You know what that little $sign means? It means my page is finally monetized. It means that, hey, if you'd like a real quick, I don't know, maybe Claire Terrell, maybe like a shout out, you could do the super chat. You could definitely do the super chat. Now, that's not the only reason I came live. I actually came live because today's just been crazy, first off. Okay, not even joking. Today's been crazy. Actually, the whole weekend's been crazy. The past fucking week has been crazy. Okay? And I've just kind of been going with it, just flowing with it. And then a short while ago, maybe 30 minutes ago, one of my most favorite motivational speakers ended up coming live. I never catch him live. His name is Trent Shelton. Amazing, amazing soul. Like the things that he talks about, his mindset, the way he carries himself, it's an absolute reflection. It's like I'm standing in the mirror. And hold on, guys. And what ended up happening was a series of events, some insane ass shit. And I found myself thinking last night how I was just fuck this shit. It's just, if we're going to be completely honest, if we're going to really get real here, be very transparent, that was the mindset last night. Like, fuck this shit. Because I find myself recognizing that I give so much. Like I give so much and it's so normal and natural to me and I don't keep track. And then when the moment where I'm like, okay, I got to pull back a little bit. This is like too much. You know, when my heart begins to feel like it's too much, I know it's beyond too much at that point because I'm a giver. You know what I mean? That's how I am. And so there was a situation last night. Long story short, that bridge needed to be burned. It needed to be burned. And what happened was I couldn't burn it. And so after a certain few events occurred, basically the person was like, here's the matches. Come on, come on. Here's the matches. And I was like, I'm not the one in darkness. You are. You need that light and clarity so bad, burn it your goddamn self. I'm going to just sit here and do me. I'm going to just take care of me. I'm going to set that boundary and I'm going to enforce it. Not by cursing, not by getting aggressive, but by acknowledging, I have so much love for you that I'm going to choose to see that the love I have for you right now this compassion that I'm trying to have for you right now, it needs to be reflected back at me. So I'm going to show myself some of that compassion. I'm going to show myself some of that love. And I'm just going to be like, I can't follow you where you're going. My path goes somewhere else now. I'm not going to follow you there. And boy, did they wild out. Oh my God, they wilded the fuck out, even without a single response. And in that moment, I was like, where's my marshmallows? That shit's blazing. I need my mallows. Roast some marshmallows over that fire because there's no love lost on my end. There's no love lost on my end. But there is a very, very significant quote. One of my girls, Carrie Davis. I hope she's on here. Carrie, are you here? Probably not. But one of my girls, Carrie Davis, she had posted something a few weeks back. And I was like, that's just so potent. That is just so potent. And it stuck with me. It stuck with me because let me just read this to you guys. It was so potent that I actually put it in my notes. There are certain things, when it tugs on certain strings within my heart, that shit goes in my notes. Like, girl, you're going to need this shit soon. And your memory sucks. So we're going to put it in here. Let's see. Where is it? Here. The toxic monster you saw at the end was who they really are. The toxic monster you saw at the end is who they really are. What a fucking truth. And in that burning of that spiritual bridge, all of this shit was clarified. In that burning, that fucking inferno that set everything on fire, I saw the full face. Woo! I saw that full face, like, damn. And I still have love for you. And that's never going to change because you know what? That's me. That's just me. Oh my gosh, ambitious hair and beauty. Oh my God. You are my very first super chat. Thank you so much for that. Let me just, I had to screenshot this. So that was my first real look because this individual has always been so ridiculously sweet, so like just pleasant, totally enjoyed the time that I shared. And I still, this one event, regardless of how like fucking insane it was, the implosion of that, it doesn't negate all the other events that led up to it. It doesn't negate all those moments that we spent bonding. It doesn't negate that. All it did is show that despite the fact that I have such a hard time recognizing and embracing the darkest parts of me, I'm not incapable of loving the totality of an individual. And one day I'll grow enough to be able to truly do this for myself. Like for the most part, I accept there are dark parts. I accept that. Do I fully embrace it? I still have my reservations. You know, I still have those reservations about myself where it's like, girl, don't go there. You don't want to fall down that rabbit hole. You don't know how deep that goes. It's real dark up in there. Don't fall in there. And now it's like, maybe we shouldn't fall. Maybe we should actively explore. Because when you're actively exploring things, you're prepared. You know what I mean? I am. If I'm gonna enter some sort of circumstance, I'm gonna prepare for that shit. I'm not gonna start a war with you until I know every single last one of your weaknesses and how I'm gonna exploit that shit if I need to. So that's how I'm a Girl Scout at heart. Like, I'm going to be prepared for every fucking contingency. And so I think maybe instead of falling down that rabbit hole, maybe what we need to do is like actively explore it. So that shit blew up, and there were just so many things in that one moment. It was just one statement with no hatred, no nothing. It was just, I would never ask you to choose me over anything else. But I need you to know I'm not following you down that path. That's a path I'm not going to travel. That was all that was said. And man, so much clarity. Because off of that one statement, there were several responses and several demands and several, like, and it because of the individual's demands, it forced me to audit the business side of the relationship. And it was like, what the fuck? Emmy, what the fuck? This is supposed to be a business. So there was okay, so you guys probably are like, what the fuck's going on? What's she talking about? Basically, oh, that was so beautiful. 11 minutes, 33 seconds, 33 watchers, 3 thumbs up. Oh, beautiful across the board. So basically, because the individual wasn't able to get me to continue to expose myself to a circumstance that I knew was very toxic, there was then a barrage of like demands. I want a refund for this. I want a refund for this. I want a refund for this. It's like, okay, so let's just take a look at this. Okay, that was a package deal that was purchased. You paid for, was it like 6 hours of private session time with me? So you prepaid for 6 hours of private session time with me. You had one more session left, yet you've already clocked in 8 hours with me. Business-wise, you owe me. Soul-wise, ways of the heart, I just love you. You needed more of my time. I had a little bit more, so I gave it to you. And I didn't keep track. I didn't even remember. But when you start approaching the business that I run and start talking about what you're owed, then I'm forced to audit. And it's only when I'm forced to audit things on the business end that I recognize, shit, girl, you just give so much fucking away. You give so much away. Like, how do you run a viable business giving fucking everything away? Like, literally everything. Everything. You give it all away all the fucking time. And I was forced to have this conversation with myself. I was so fucking mad at myself. Like, you always do this. Not everyone's your friend. Not everyone actually loves you when they say they love you. And you don't stop to think. I mean, you don't stop to think that some people are saying this shit to get more out of you. And I was totally convincing myself, like, yeah, no, we ain't gonna do that no more. I give too much. I give too freely. I'm too accessible. And then Trent Shelton comes live. That was last night. I was having this conversation with myself last night. I was fucking furious. I was furious, because at like 10 o'clock at night, this person is approaching a business page on a Saturday, 10 p.m. on a Saturday, approaching a business page, demanding business activity to be conducted right then and there. Like, so I was livid because my personal assistant is the one that keeps everything situated. And so it's like, you have no respect, not for me, but for her. You expect her to wake up in the middle of the night and tend to this shit because you didn't get your way with me on private messenger? So that's what got me real triggered. But guess what? Trent Shelton comes on and he's talking about all kind of stuff. He got a book coming out. It's like, oh, look at you, boo. You got a book coming out. Good for you. And I always love listening to his stuff because it's like, really, it's like my soul is talking to itself. You know, my soul is just talking to itself. And it's like, holy shit. It's beautiful to hear it coming from someone else versus just internal monologue. And then he starts talking about burning bridges, and I'm like, what you got to tell me, boo? what you want me to know? I'm listening. My big ass ears. I'm listening. And he's talking about sometimes you got to burn that bridge. If it's weighing you down, if it's forcing you to become a version of yourself that is not your best self, you need to let it go. And it's like, yeah, fuck yeah. Uh-huh. And I was there eating my salad, like, yup, that's fucking right, yup. In my head, yup, that's right, talk on it. And then he shifted gears and he starts talking about his own journey. And I'm like, fuck. Because he talks about, his book's coming out. If you pre-order today, then once they get all the emails, make sure it's your proper email, you will get his personal phone number and personal email address because he answers every single message himself. He responds to every single comment himself. And he might be a little bit busy, but he's going to try and answer every single phone call himself. Mind you, there's like nearly 2,000 people on this live stream on Instagram. And he had just finished talking about how there was over 11,000 people watching his live as it was live on Facebook right before he went live on Instagram. I caught him on Instagram. And I was just like, what? What? You're doing what? And he starts talking about how people always ask him, how'd you grow this? How'd you become, what you are at this point? And he got triggered because he was like, there's no hack. You create a community and you serve it. And I was like, that's right. That's right. And then I was like, girl, but you said you were too accessible. You said you were being too like buddy with everyone and no one's your buddy. And it has to be business. You have to stop being like that. I mean, don't fucking take everyone into your heart. Stop it because they always just shit on you and blah, blah, blah. And I was like, but Trent is saying, I was like, but I don't know. And then starts Michael with, you're going live. And I said, no, I'm not. I'm not going live today. I'm still mad. He was like, keep listening to him. So I'm over here still listening to what Trent is saying. And it's like, I can't be, he wasn't saying this, but it caused me to really, really dive deeper into myself and recognize what type of circumstances I've created. When I first began sharing of myself live, I did help to form a community. I did. I did. It was beautiful. And there were several of us who I guess were seen as like the heads of that community. And so many people came to us looking for guidance, looking for some sort of leadership. And I was not willing to accept that kind of title. It was kind of just forced on me. And I just wanted to help people. Like, you want to be leader, you could take that. I just want to help people. And what ended up happening is exactly what Trent ended up touching on, where it's like, you can't serve a community and be a greedy ass motherfucker. And that's what happened. Some of the aspects of that roundtable started becoming square. Some folks wanted to be at the head and got super fucking greedy with like, I need credit for this, I need payment for this. And I'm just like, just do your thing, dude. I thought it was a round table, but go do your thing. And I don't know, maybe I didn't recognize it at the time, and maybe I'm just barely recognizing it now. It made me into a bitter ass motherfucker. It really affected me. It made me really bitter. Like, how dare you? How dare you use me to use other people? How dare you? How dare you? And so instead of recognizing that I still needed to serve the community who had been blinded by the glimmering of the show, I turned my back on it. I burned that spiritual bridge. I did. I burned it. I was like, fuck all of that shit. I'm an island unto myself. I'm an island. I don't want no part of that mess. And it's definitely interesting. It's interesting because some of the people who ended up becoming collateral damage from that, I see them coming back around. And I like it. My heart still feels really happy about that. At one point, I was like, what do you want? You're looking for something to take back, to report? What do you want? Why are you here? I know where your loyalty is. I don't need your loyalty. I know you're watching for certain people. What do you want? But now that feeling's gone. It's this feeling of, oh my God, I haven't seen you in a while. I hope you've been fine. I hope you've been doing really well. And now I'm recognizing maybe I'm done mourning that phase of my journey. Maybe it was just a period of mourning. Maybe I don't have to get so deep into the feeling of like, people fucked with me, so I had to cut that shit out. Like, and now I feel horrible because I abandoned people. And no, it was never my job to carry anyone. Because even then, no matter how much I've grown, no matter how much I've changed, even then, I have always said, we are meant to be shoulder to shoulder, right? And if you were supposed to stay with me on this path, because there's room enough on this path for everybody, And if you wanted to stay with me on this path, you would have still been at my left or my right. When I turned my head to the side, I would have seen you there. So why do I feel guilty for the fact that you aren't there? I didn't push you out. I just kept walking. You didn't. How is that my fault? And these are things I'm trying to process within me still. It's been about a year. Has it been about a year? Yeah, slightly over a year. It took about a year for that to implode, and then it's been about a year. Yeah. And it's just, right. Seer Guru says, when you're down, you're human, you needed space. Exactly. And I find that those who choose to serve communities, who choose to serve people, they tend to not give themselves the same level of compassion that they so generously have for the very people they're promising to serve. It's a bit odd if you think about it. It's a bit odd that you would have more compassion for others than for yourself, but you're capable of so much compassion, yet you won't give any to yourself. Yeah. Whew. Thank you, Cheryl. But it was just very eye-opening. Very eye-opening. This moment of discernment between what bridges needed to be burned, what bridges need to be left intact, recognizing that two individuals build that bridge. There's no point of leaving a bridge intact if the other half is not anchored anywhere, right? There's no point in that. That bridge is no longer safe. That bridge is now a hazard. And I think the most efficient thing to do is use that bridge, that once glorious bridge, as fuel for your rise. Chop it up, set it ablaze, and get to rising. So it was eye-opening. It was eye-opening because when I wrote down that quote from Carrie, man, let me just read it to you guys one more time. It's such a potent ass quote. The toxic monster you saw at the end was who they really are. That toxic monster is who they really are. And you know what? It doesn't make you stupid to have loved them and to continue to love them. It shows how powerful you are to be able to love so freely with no conditions, no limitations, to accept someone as they are. And to not be afraid to admit that it's a monster in front of you. And it's okay, because I still feel like you deserve love. Love is not something we earn, guys. Love is not something we earn. It's just something that is. Sometimes you get to consciously choose who to give it to. Sometimes your heart just goes and does its own thing. And it loves on people. Whether they're worthy or not is irrelevant. It's irrelevant. Everyone is worthy of love. The fact that you're here, the fact that you're breathing, the fact that you exist, you are worthy of love. And on top of that, another fact, you are love. You are made of electrotonal units of consciousness. Consciousness composed of love. You are love densified. You are love made into flesh. You're love. Why wouldn't you be worthy of you? You're love. So you're worthy of love. Get it? But most people don't see it like that. Most people see it as like, well, they didn't deserve you anyways. Really? Who's to decide that? According to whom? Or because they're demonic? They're evil? God made everything, right? God made everything? That means those demonic things, they're our siblings, just as the angels are. And sometimes you don't get along with one sibling and you get along amazingly with another. But you're still bonded. You still have a cord of love between the two of you. Whether you're close or not, whether you get along or not, you still have a love connection. And really, there's no difference between love and hate. They're the same thing. They exist within the same plane of existence. They are merely varying degrees of positioning on one singular plane. And if you guys think that love and hate are opposite things, if love is on the right side of the spectrum on that plane and hate is on the left, all you have to do is slide it a little bit to the left. And it goes from love to like, ambivalence, dislike, and then hate. And of course, all the degrees in between, but they're all the same. It's one and the same. You can't hate someone if you don't actually love them. You wouldn't care if you didn't love them. If someone can still make you angry, it's because there's still a ridiculous amount of love there, and it's just swung. The pendulum has swung to the left and has hovered there. Now, once you're ready to let that go, you can become centered again. And it won't bother you so much when other people still bring it up. It won't make you feel as though those wounds are being ripped open again. Um, Cheryl Hannah says, like most of us on the true path, we want to see the real person from the heart. We exist in a society, in a paradigm where walls are just everything to us. 4 walls to live within, further 4 walls within those walls to dictate what is ours and what isn't ours. And then even within the 4 walls, within the 4 walls, we have walls within ourselves. Walls around our heart, walls around this, walls around that. And I mean, honestly, for most first world countries, most civilized places, they encourage separation from the moment you're born. They take you from your mother and you're to sleep in a box. Walls, a crib, walls. And your parents are taught that they're spoiling you. They're somehow flawed in their approach if they allow you to sleep within their bed. When in reality, up until the moment you were born, you were in a perpetual hug. You were being hugged by your mother the entire time until you took your first breath. You were being held and hugged and rocked. But the moment you enter this world, walls, 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 separation, walls. And this is the very reason everyone think I'm crazy. We have a family bed. And the moment our children, because I have a ton of kids, the moment our kids couldn't fit on the bed anymore, and I had such a gorgeous bed. It was so sexy. It was a gorgeous bed. Oh my God. But the moment we couldn't fit on the bed anymore, the bed was sold. And we had a ton of mattresses on the floor. And we've maintained, sure, if you feel like you need to sleep with us, okay. Granted, my oldest is like, that's too tribal. And he sleeps in his own room. He wants his privacy. He wants his own space. But at no point was he forced out. At no point was he like, okay, this is not your space. This is mine. You need to go to yours. Mm-mm. 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 So maybe if we begin from infancy and we begin to teach how to dismantle the emotional, the mental, the intellectual walls, maybe then people will be free to once again be who they are. Just be transparent, have nothing to hide. Because that's one of the things that really affects your ability to serve your community, as Trent was saying. It's that need to create the best public image so that you can be valued by the public, so you can be elevated. And one of the most beautiful things I heard him say, I think this might have been the first time I heard him say it, he's like, I don't want recognition. I don't need recognition. I just want to serve. And I was like, I love this. It totally made me smile. It totally made me smile because of the fact that it's like living proof. I am not the only one in this world that exists the way in which I exist, where I just want to serve with nothing behind it. I just want to serve. Like, this is work that I would do for free. This is work that I actually do for free. There's quite a few people who can't afford services. And don't think I don't see your comments. For those who haven't been messaged, don't think I don't see your comments. It's not unheard of for me to privately message one of the comments and offer assistance. It's not unheard of. And I don't need recognition. I don't need the public to know. So many hide behind a show. That's crazy to me. To be something other than who and what you are. That's lunacy. That's insanity. I can't ever be that way. I just can't. It took me so long to figure out that I'm not someone or something I need to be ashamed of or hide. Because believe it or not, the energetic work that I do, it wasn't that long ago that I was pressured by my higher self to stop hiding what I can do. It wasn't that long ago. I'm talking about 2 years ago. Give me 1 second. One second, guys. So, bridges are burning, fire all around, and I'm over here. Damn, it's hot. I'm sweating. Maybe we should dance. Maybe we should dance. Okay, let's see what you guys are saying. They're afraid to be themselves. Can you fault them? I can't say I can fault them for that. I can't say that I can hold your fear as a tally mark against you. You know what I mean? Who am I to take that stance, you know? And I'm not saying you're wrong, Tina. I'm just saying, who am I to judge someone else for being afraid to be who they are when I myself am still, I'm still very much afraid to be who I am. And it's not that I'm hiding myself per se. It's that I'm still restricting how much of me is allowed to be experienced by any given person at any given time. So how can I sit there and act as though I'm not guilty of the very same thing? You know? It's, you know, Cheryl makes a comment of conditioning, and it's like, I'm an ambivert because as a little child, I was extremely outgoing and extremely friendly. And having moved, you know, we immigrated to this country when I think I was like 2 or 3 years old, something like that. And my mother was afraid that I would get kidnapped. I was cute. I was a little shit. I was naughty. Not naughty, naughty, but I just had a mouth on me. I'd be like, no, you shouldn't be doing that. Why are you doing that? I'm still the same. It's basically, I'm still the same is what it is. I never grew up. But in order to keep me safe in her mind, she instilled this fear within me. Like I shouldn't allow people to see that. Because people would constantly stop us when we were walking around, and they would see me and they would smile and wave, and I would smile and wave back, because that's what you do. You reflect the love. That's how you amplify and spread love. And then my mom would be like, "You're gonna get kidnapped." And after a while, the programming stuck. But this is what I've learned. Aside from learning to discern what bridges should burn and what shouldn't, what I learned is that there are certain things about you that you need to figure out how to make work for you. Okay? There are recordings within your mind. And some people say you need to re-record. You need to erase that recording from your childhood, re-record something else, and blah, blah, blah. No, leave that recording. It's there for a reason. Your higher self allowed that recording to exist for a reason. Figure out what that reason is and use that recording to always remind you to rise above it. That recording exists as a mental reminder of a mental block, a hurdle that's placed in front of you. And pretending it's not there, deleting the recording but not removing the hurdle is not going to help you. It's not going to do anything for you. You're going to just keep bumping into that hurdle, going nowhere. And so what ends up happening when I hear these recordings of "you're too friendly," I know, I am. I am. It's good. It's good. It makes people smile. And then there's this part of me that's like, stop it. Don't say hi to people. You don't know what they're going to do. Yeah, I don't know what they're going to do. I don't know if they've just had the most shittiest day in their life and they're going to go hurt themselves right now because they think no one cares. I don't know what they're going to do. So how about I just smile? How about I just smile and wave and maybe help them through something in that one moment that I know nothing about? Because I don't need credit. I don't need acknowledgement. And what's crazy, what's so fucking crazy, this mindset, I actually have had people message me later on, like, you didn't know this at the time, but I was going to kill myself that day. I was like, what? What? And they're like, yeah. Did you know? And I was like, of course I didn't know. What do you mean, did you know? Like, I swear, I thought you knew because everything you said. And it's just a little casual conversation. Everything you said, it was like God was talking through you. And it made me realize that wasn't the answer. And I was like, well, now you're freaking me out. Now you're freaking me out. What do you mean? What do you mean? I don't know what I said. I don't even remember what the conversation was. What do you mean? And they go and recount every single thing that was said and how I made them feel and all the details of that conversation. And it's like, shit, that must have really affected you for you to remember all of that. For you to have stored that at that level of detail. I don't think you're making it up. I don't think you're just saying that just to like fluff my feathers. Like, shit. And instead of like, okay, well, how did I help you? It's like, what the fuck was going on? You know, like, what was going on? That, oh, damn, you were really serious about doing this. And I didn't need to know. I didn't need to know the details. I just needed to let this little light of mine shine just a little bit brighter and do whatever the hell it is that light does. Because you know what? When you're in darkness, when you're in such a dark, dark place, all you really need is just a little bit of light. Just a little bit. And sometimes that little bit of light, just being there, not doing anything, not giving you any directions, no instructions, no flashing or any of that, just by simply being there, you can once again get your bearings, figure out what direction you're facing and what direction you should be facing. And, you know, sometimes, because some people, you know, I was having a conversation live with a dear friend of mine, and we were talking about burning bridges. And I guess it gave Takesha a whole new way to see this, because suddenly this thought was placed in my head. What if the person you're dealing with is just so entrenched in darkness that they're desperate for light, and the only way they can think of to have even just a little bit of light is by burning the only bridge they have? What if that's the only way for them to see? And in that burning of that bridge, they're given the clarity they need and can find their path again. So what if that burning of that bridge, and this is not true for all bridge burns, what if that burning of that bridge is what gets them to the next level of their rising? What if your departure is actually the stepping stone that gets them to that next level? Should you be angry? Should you be bitter? Or should you be thankful that you were gifted an opportunity to serve? For me, it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. I can't be bitter. I can't. Not when I'm being gifted with the opportunity to do the very thing that my heart craves so much. And that's to help. That's to love. That's to remind people that they matter, that they're important, that they're needed, that their existence has a purpose. And maybe, you know, and before you guys start talking about how I'm such an amazing person and all of this and all of that, maybe that service is my own selfish need. Maybe it's rooted in my own selfishness, that I want so badly to satisfy this need that it doesn't even have to do with the individual. This is my own addiction that I'm trying to satisfy. And it just so happens, hey, we got a volunteer. I'm going to love on you for a little bit. Just hold still. I'm going to love on you. You guys, this was such an amazing chat. Thank you guys so much for chatting with me. Thank you guys so much for chatting with me. You know what I'm going to do? Okay, if you're on Facebook, I don't know if anyone's on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, please join me on YouTube. You can find the link in the description. You can also find it in the pinned comment. That's the YouTube link where I'm live right now. Everybody come on over to YouTube. I wasn't going to do any energetic work today, but I will be doing some readings. So those of you who are not yet subscribed to my channel, subscribe right now, and I get a notification. Everyone who subscribes right now will get a free reading. I broke don't I? Girl, you've been a little too dramatic right now is what it is. You injured us. All right, who's going to be first? Right, Jessica Rose? Oh my gosh, I love being on this journey together. I really, really do. I really, really do. You guys are just so freaking amazing. You have no idea. There are times where I'm like, I don't want to do this shit. I don't want to go live. I don't want to talk to people. I don't want to. I want to shut down my Facebook page. And then it's either Michael or Frey. You can't do that. You can't put yourself out there, get someone to fall in love with you, and then take yourself away. I'm like, but but I don't want to. I don't want to be on there anymore. Okay. I guess I have to stay on because that's not fair. And it's not fair. It's not fair to do that. So let's see. Let me just open something. Okay. Hold on really quick, guys. I'm going to start shuffling the cards. And let me get my iPad. Hold on. All right. So let me shuffle. Should we do number words? Should we do number words? Let's see. Hello, Tara Norman. Hello, Sharon Scott. Rebecca Johnson. Hold on, guys. All right. Number wars. We doing this. Oh, wrong one. Sorry. Hold on. You don't recognize my face? Is that what it is? All right. Let's do this, okay? What we're going to do number wars to win a Claire Tarot reading. And anytime I see a new subscriber pop in, I'm going to go ahead and do a Claire Tarot reading for them, okay? So, hold on really quick. All right, there you go. So, number wars starting right now. Pick a number from 1 to 100. I'm going to write a number on my screen. Ooh. Hold on. I wrote the number, but let me just. Oh! Okay. I wrote the number already. Let me just rewrite it. All right, guys. Let's see if any of you have found the number. Okay, question. Can you see the numbers reflected in my eyes when I write it? Okay. I think you might be able to. No? Okay. All right. All right. Looking good, guys. Looking good. Keep guessing. Keep guessing. Oh, wait. I was looking at names instead of numbers. My bad. I just got to scroll up real quick. No. Okay. All right. Friday, are you live with me? Are you logged in as yourself? All right. There you are. All right. Awesome. Wait. I might have missed a few numbers. Melissa Bernard. Melissa Bernard at 39. 39. All right, Melissa Bernard, you got a Claire Tarot. All right, I'm told to, okay. All right. I was going to do a Black Moon card. Apparently, you in a kiki kind of way. Melissa Bernard, you're going to get yourself a Kiki card. Kiki came out of her box. All right, Kiki, make it a good one. Make it a good one. This is for Melissa. Make it a good one. And you guys, I love it when you comment. I love seeing your names pop up. Even just a simple hi every time you come and join me when I'm live. A simple hi. If you happen to catch the video after it's done live, comment anyways. I need to begin shifting my focus back to what I was before I got my feelings but the foot hurt and stopped responding. I want to go back to commenting and interacting and serving the way I was meant to serve. So, Melissa. Ooh, girl. The Yin Empress, card number 10. Look at her. She's like, The Yin Empress, card number 10. You're about to go on a journey, boo-boo. Okay. Wait, what? Oh, card number 40. 10. I don't know where the hell my glasses went. I've been looking for it. I don't know where my glasses went. The Yin Empress brings peace, prosperity, and success to her beloved devotees. Your sole purpose includes healing and empowerment of the divine feminine, the Yin Empress herself. You gain power, assistance, and untold blessings in following your sole purpose. You're lifted and supported in your sacred work. You're a spiritual leader and pioneer, and part of what you're here to do for the planet on a soul level, whether you're a man or a woman, is to empower the divine feminine, the cosmic empress of yin, or divine feminine energy, so that we might live in more balance as a species on Earth. The divine feminine is only now making her resurgence on this planet, and many do not understand her. Yeah. I just remembered how we were talking recently, and you were like, you are not going down without a fight. You're going to fight till the end. I'm like, yes. Your sacred task, for which you'll be richly supported, nourished, and rewarded, is to help live her truths now. In doing so, you're planting seeds of awareness and experience for others to draw from when they too are ready to live into her sacred truths. This has to do with a 501c3. You guys can so see the... Oh my God, you can so see the reflection. Okay. In all seriousness, this has to do with a 501c3. I don't know if it's you on your own or if you're starting an actual nonprofit, but you've been through enough in life that you have the life experience and the badassery to begin helping to guide other people, especially in their times of darkness, okay? A 501c3 is it's an IRS thing where it's a nonprofit status. It's a IRS classification for a company that has tax exemption. It's a nonprofit. So, Melissa, you're being called to go full active by your soul, it seems. Clearly not right now, but it's imminent, okay? Imminent, like very, very near future. Let me, ooh, girl. Ooh. Oh, girl, Melissa, I'm getting Look at this. The bitches are watching. The bitches are watching you, girl. Well, not on this live. Probably the recording. But you are being observed. You're being observed, Melissa. A lot of jealousy is going to ensue. And that's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Those goddamn heifers. No, I'm joking. Crooked cooter bitches. Them crooked cooter bitches. I'm joking. But it's important you stay focused, okay? There's a lot of shifting that's going on in your world. Ooh. Cut them bitches out. I ain't joking. I am joking. Ray, don't say that. I'm actually joking. Crooked cooter bitches. Daddy, can I have some water? I'm so parched. I'm so thirsty that I drank my freaking oregano and clove water. Like, this shit burns going down. It burns. Whew, all right. So, okay. Let's see. So, Melissa, you're going to feel a little bit depleted. Thank you, Daddy. You're going to feel a little bit depleted, but you got to keep going, okay? You got to keep going. You're taking the steps to rise. You're rising up no matter what. And there's nothing for you to be afraid of. Father of Swords. Look at his face. He won't fuck shit. Look at those eyebrows, though. Like, you better watch out. You better watch out. Melissa got protection. It is too much clove. But clove is actually a very protective spice. I think I burned my upper lip. Clove is a spice, or whatever the hell it is classified as. It's very protective against psychic attacks. I'm sick and tired, you motherfuckers attacking me for no reason. Not you guys that are watching. The other people. Oh, shit. Girl. The Emperor. Ooh, girl. He coming. He coming. He's coming. Don't let yourself doubt. Four of Cups. Don't let yourself doubt taint your cups, okay? Don't do it. If you're going to have self-doubt, well, you better wash that rat first. Sterilize that mofoko. These are rough and raw readings, just so if you're not familiar. These are rough and raw readings. Sterilize that motherfucker. It's okay to have the rat. Just clean it first. Clean your self-doubt, okay? Triple wash that spinach. I'm so sorry. I just triple wash that spinach. Oh my gosh. Okay, next person. Clove oil. I squirt a ton of clove oil in my water. I also put oregano. This shit's intense. And just so you guys know, I was like just about dying. We go ahead. This is not a sponsored video. I buy this shit myself. I live by this shit. The devils can't kill me. I better quit messing around. Let me put my medicine back. I just put all my medicine back. Okay. Anyways. Next person. Okay, guys. Pick a number from 1 to 100. Oh, you know what I'm going to do? Fuck number wars. I'm done fighting. No more war. You guys just start asking questions. Whoever's question I'm drawn to, I'll answer. Sativa or indica? Well, sativa is more of an upper. Indica is more of a grounding, which I need more grounding. But, and I'm talking about like badonkadonk type of but. I'm highly reactive to THC, so neither. It would just have to be CBD. This one, y'all. Since we's getting really, really real. Hold on. Hold on, guys. Hold on. This is the best. So it's BBJ, Body by Jose, Medicine Man, and this is the recovery blend of CBD. It's non-GMO, no preservatives. Whew. I love this stuff. Excuse me. It has too much clove. This is some good shit, you guys. You can get it from Body by Jose on Facebook. Hey, Daddy, could you please copy and paste the link for Body by Jose? And what I like to do, I like to take it sublingually. I take a dropper full and I just drop it under my tongue and I just leave it there for like a minute. And then I swish it around my mouth and then I swallow. I love it. I don't know why. I just fucking love this stuff. So with this specific, because it has the MCT oil, and I did speak with the person who created this line. The terpenes that were used, some potent ass shit for energetic work. It's calibrated because this guy, Body by Jose, a medicine man, he works with pro athletes, like the top of like MMA fighters, professional MMA fighters. I'm talking about the matches that you see going on in Vegas and stuff like that. He's the cut man for that, meaning he's the one that does all the, I don't know, I'm not into MMA. I'm like, why y'all gotta beat each other up? That's just so fucked up. Why can't you just like play cards or like talk shit or something? Why you gotta lay hands on each other? But that's my own stuff. That's my own issue. I don't like watching that shit. I really, really don't. But that's what he does. He works with the Diaz brothers. Does, hence the 209. But this is for sports recovery. And what a lot of people don't understand with energetic work is you're not just imagining stuff. This is a real physiological process that occurs. You have a metabolic process that occurs with certain types, certain levels of energetic work. And so when you begin doing a specific blend of terpenes and adding MCT oil, which is, if you follow any of the like hip health stuff, ketogenic diets are so big right now, but MCT oil actually helps with a conversion of like glycogen and glucogen and, you know, liver stuff. It provides fast, like we're looking around. It helps to provide very fast, easily accessible fuel, okay, within the bloodstream. Because when you're doing a ketogenic diet, you're to induce ketosis, which changes you from a glucose-based, insulin-based metabolic system to one that feeds off glycogen, which is stored fat. That's why you get skinny. That's why you get real skinny. No, really, ketogenic diet, you'll drop weight real freaking fast. I went keto and I dropped 100 pounds in like 3 months. It was not the intention. I wasn't trying to get all sexy. Wasn't trying to get sexy. Just 3 months later, I was like, ow, 100 pounds. I was like, oh shit, this is getting a little scary. Do I have cancer? It did get kind of scary. I was just like, what the fuck? All right, so I was doing readings. Someone totally distracted me. Y'all distracted me. Okay. So let's go ahead and do a reading. Let's go. Was it you, Troy? You so distracted me. Hello, Jade Estes. All right. All right. You can have one, Jade, since you're the first one I saw right now. Says, may I have one, please? Let's see. All right. There you guys go. Hold on. Right. Jade. Oh, okay, 2 cards came out. Okay, girl. Card number 26. Relax the hold of darkness and be at cause. So here's the thing. Someone tried to cut you down, huh? They tried to cut you down recently and you kind of sat there and kind of cowered a little bit, like, what the fuck just happened? But then look at that. You're so protected. You are so protected. Look at you looking up into the light of your own truth. And you know what? What they did when you kind of fell down and cowered, all they did was prepare you to spring up. Okay? You can't spring up from a full standing position. All they did was prime you. And look at all of this swirling. I'm sure from the top, all of this swirling light and truth would be in the shape of the golden ratio, that Fibonacci sequence, raising you up higher and tighter, back to your greatness. Girl, you got this shit. And look at this. Card number 29, seeing the true you. You're not scared no more. You ain't got nothing to lose. You have your truth. You are your truth. And now there you are, just looking at your reflection, naked in your truth, no fear. And look at that. Look at that shit. The tea. You already drank the tea. Ain't no tea to spill. Fuck those bitches. Fuck those bitches. There's no tea to spill. Jade already drank it all. Right, Jade? So you're going to do good. Don't allow yourself to internalize too much the hurt that happened, because really all they did was serve your highest purpose. They prepared you for something. Okay? Now that you're ready, you got this. Give me 1 second. Next person. Jonathan, I'm not doing expedites tonight. I'm doing completely free readings. So Jonathan Rodriguez, you're the winner of an unsolicited reading. Jonathan, are you ready? Would you like a card? Would you like a card? Yeah. Okay, let's see. Ding. Man, you guys, I took so many supplements tonight. I just My stomach's all fucked up. Oh my God. Too much CBD, too much clove, too much oregano. They all fighting in my belly right now. It's a death match in my belly. Just, you know what it is? You know what it is? You can't hold my decisions against me or lack thereof when my uterus and my ovaries are fighting again. I told them stop fighting. They just keep fighting. Who was I reading for? Jonathan, focus on the light. Card number 37. It looks like you're being distracted. Something or someone is actively trying to distract you from the path that you're on right now. The feeling that I get is that you're really beginning to embrace your journey. You're really, really growing in so many different ways. Like it's a ripening that's occurring, and this sweetness is about to enter your life. And I think it's an individual. Did you just recently break up with someone? Was that someone else? No, I think maybe it was someone else. This feels like it's a woman. And it feels like, oh, that was you. She's about to go get cray. She's about to get cray. She sees that you're moving on. Life's about to get sweet. I don't know if you met someone else, not like full on dating, but just someone you've become somewhat smitten with, and she's catching wind of that, and she doesn't like it. Well, just tough cookies. Her milkshake, don't bring that boy to the yard. Okay, that boy is on his path and he's ready to embrace his truth, and just he has to focus on the light. Okay, Jonathan, focus on the light. Don't focus on her foolery. Don't focus on her foolery, okay? You have a lot of sweet things coming to you. A lot of sweet things. Let's see. Cookies and cream. How'd you get into spirituality? I'm actually not into spirituality. I just kind of am doing what feels right to me. It's one of those, I just don't like the label of spirituality. It's become something quite like, but I do know I fought this path of mine, whatever path you want to call it. I fought it for a very, very long time because of the stigma of all of it. I was raised very religious, and there was a lot of stigma, you know? But if I were to kind of just toss aside the semantics of labels and whatnot, how did I get into this? I was heavily attacked by demonic beings for most of my life. They just really fucked with me real hardcore. And I was very, very afraid. And I thought the reason I wasn't like other people and can do things that other people that I knew couldn't, I didn't know anyone who could do the things that I knew I could do, was because I thought I was a demon too. Total bullshit. Total bullshit. So yeah, one day, and these beings would physically hurt me. I've had my eyelashes ripped out. I got a bloody lip. I got slapped real hard in the middle of the night in the middle of the forest in my RV. Yanked out my lashes and then slapped me real hard. And I sat up in bed. I thought my husband did. I was like, what the fuck's your problem? And he was snoring, and then he sat up too, like, what? What happened? I was like, I got slapped like a bitch. I was crying so hard. I was so mad. My lip was bleeding for real. And then I was like, oh my God, lashes are missing. All right. So who was I going to read for again? Adriana Quintero. Let's see. Girl. Card number 36, listening for truth. Oh. Mm, okay. Okay. Oh God, I don't want to say this. Adriana, okay, you know me. You know me. So, because I don't want to say this. I don't want to. What the fuck? I don't want to say it, but Michael's like, she knows you. She knows you. Okay, I'm just going to say it. You interpret it however you want. I'm just going to say it. You've been made to shrink down, waiting for a message from soul. That message is not in that shell. That shell is nothing more than an empty vessel. So you're listening to something that you think is coming from soul, but it's not. It's an emptiness. It stripped you of the royal robes that you should be wearing, has shrunken you down and placed you in shadow. And then look at that, 2 eggs laid by a serpent that has no form. A pear, okay? A pear. Serpents have forked tongues. This pear does not always tell the truth. Their tongue is forked. It's split down the middle. Just listen to yourself. No one else. Not empty vessels or listen to yourself. Okay, Adriana? Listen to yourself. There's a lot of shit that is just wafting around you. It's very much like the things from before with work and the house and all of that. Did they come to fruition, what we saw, or did all of that kind of stagnate and then just never happen? Because the feeling that I'm being given is that you were kind of pulled away, and then that distance between you and I, which, I mean, we don't have to be stuck together, but that distance between you and I was filled with some disharmonic shit that ended up wrapping around you like a serpent would, a formless serpent. And it's just encased you in a whole bunch of like disharmonic, chaotic thoughts that are preventing you from manifesting the very things that you know damn well you should have. You know damn well you should have those things. I don't think everything is going bad, because it doesn't feel like everything is necessarily going bad, but it feels like there is far more hurdles, far more slowdowns and everything to kind of just inconvenience you to the point of like, what the fuck? Oh, she goes, yeah, it's been weird. Yeah, it's just like a weird, because you're very intuitive. So a full-on attack on you would be noticed. You would notice right away and you would come to me right away. You know what I mean? You'd be like, fuck this shit. I mean, this is what's going on. What the fuck's going on? And I'd be like, fuck no, we're taking care of that shit. So they kept it very low key, you know, just enough to piss you off and keep you on balance, but not so much that you'd be like, this is parasitic. So, oh shit. So clear it. Clear it. Don't allow that to stay in your field. Okay? Don't allow that. Definitely don't allow that. Be very discerning of who you allow into your space, who allow into your mind. If you're getting readings or anything like that, you should only be getting readings to go ahead and confirm that guidance you're getting from inside. Everything has to come from inside you, and everything outside you can simply confirm that internal guidance. Okay? You have to make sure, because it seems like the attempt, the effort is going to ramp up. Okay? So let's see. Hold on, guys. Hold on. No, I mean, like, if you're going to get readings, like from this point on, if you feel like you need to get further clarity or whatever, make sure you're only doing it to get confirmation from something already within you. Okay? I'm not talking about like past. So let me see. What time is it? Okay. So you guys, I'm going to take one more person. Troy Rutherford. Oh no. I said Troy, and then Cheryl says, go away, Troy. Shit. Well, let me do the reading for Troy so Troy can go away. Shit. 2 birds, 1 stone. All right, Troy, let's see what's going on. All right, Troy. You know, one of my most favorite producers is named Troy. Troy boy. All right, Troy. Ooh wee. Be the hunter, not the hunted. Card number 8. 8 is a very powerful number. It's the point of reunification between self and soul. It is also the reunification of the masculine and the feminine. Some might take it as the reunification. Excuse me. Some might see it as the coming together of the twin flames, but we all house a masculine and a feminine side within us. Each of us has both masculine and feminine, and it's like a call for you to be centered in the truth of who you are. Instead of trying to balance between the two, stay centered, and balance comes naturally with that. You've also been overextending yourself. This card has a lot to do with like allowing yourself to become depleted so that others can benefit of your energy. It's a very, very common empath type of issue. Okay, it's a struggle for empaths to find that center point where they can give. And giving is never really an issue for an empath. You know, it's very, very easy for empaths to give. The issue that keeps empaths off balance is their lack of ability or willingness to receive. That's the issue. Okay, you have to allow yourself to receive as much as you give. No more, no less. Allow yourself to receive. Allow people to help you out. And there's a lot of this feeling coming from you where it's like you don't want to be a burden. So you're going through all of this stuff and you're not speaking your mind. And then it makes you kind of bitter because it's like, man, I help everybody. I go out of my way to help people all the time and no one helps me when I need it. And it's like, boo, you ain't telling no one you need help. You might read minds, but they don't. How are they going to know you need help? You're the one they always go to when they need help. And how do you expect them to know when you're their rock? You're the foundation. You are the rock that they're standing upon. You keep them safe. So how would they know that you need them to be your rock for you sometimes? They don't know that. And unless you speak up, you have some blockages in your throat too. Unless you speak up, they're not going to know. And then it's going to make you more bitter. You're going to build more walls. And that's the more they're not going to know. Got to make sure you allow yourself to receive just as much as you give. Okay, Troy? Now get off the live. Cheryl said get off. All right, guys. How we do this? I need to go live on Insta. Why don't we bring this party over to Instagram? You guys want to do that? I'm Emmy Evolving on Instagram. I'm going to end this live and hop on Insta in a few seconds. See you guys there. Doing more free readings there. Doing more free readings there. Bye, guys. There we go.